just a few minutes in case there's any people left that actually want to show up and watch this fiasco.
Okay. So we're going to do an intro and sort of a short recap before we get started today.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So there's 3 episodes out there that, well, 2 people can't see yet because it's nowhere available except for in the deep, dark web.
Oh.
Apparently, I don't know what that means.
.onion.
Yeah, available in a store, nowhere near you.
Does that imply that there's some kind of light, bright web that we normally on?
Yes.
Okay.
Web. Shiny web.
The shiny web.
So,
I don't know about a shiny web. That I fear the shiny web. I feel like
I fear the web that you can't see.
There's going to be a terrible spider in there, right? That's how it works.
Talking about if there's an opposition, that means there's a good side. I've been playing Valheim, and I was playing early enough to where it was still pretty beta, and some of the creatures you fight had like coding name for it versus like what you see in actual game. One of them was enemy blob. And somebody's like, does that infer the existence of friendly blob? Apparently, no is the answer to that riddle.
Yeah, I haven't really seen anybody playing that and something pop up and they're like, oh, good. One of those things.
I'm so delighted. There's something called an oozer, which is like a mega blob. And it still wrecks me, and I'm way beyond it. I'm so much more than it, and it kills me anyway, and it makes me mad. So I just run from them when I see them now. Stupid oozers. Oozers are losers.
I sometimes wonder with those kinds of games if the devs ever just take control of one of those creatures and just chase PCs around.
It's like, watch this.
Because that's what I would do.
Put it in God mode and just hop around, but do 1 point of damage.
Just peer in on your game and just be like, what's this? I'm going to spawn crap.
The other day I was watching a friend play, and they were sailing across the ocean, and they were complaining about how that 5 minutes earlier a sea serpent had spawned and reached up and bitten one of them out of the boat. And they left all of their gear, and they were had like stone clubs, and they were still trying to find this other island to find some swamps or something. And on the way back, after having discovered the swamp, they were coming back, and the sea serpent caught them 2/3 of the way back. And my friend created some very colorful language before he was able to get back to shore. So they named the site that they conquered the sea serpent in DEDSNEK, all caps.
Dead snake.
To commemorate the occasion.
Dead snake.
Hey, look.
Oh,
it's us.
Somebody's playing Valheim right now. Back Patio Net is. The funny thing about Valheim is there's no way to actually destroy anything. So from the beginning of the game until wherever you are, whatever you've picked up is there, except for like consumables, like coal and foods and things like that. So some of the things that you do find are eyeballs that you make things out of and all this crap. So there are, an obscenely grotesque number of eyeballs in my server right now, just laying around everywhere. Gray dwarf eyeballs.
I kind of hope that eventually, as you kind of develop into a more advanced civilization, that you'll pick up like some kind of eyeball refinery and you can mass process these things.
Well, you can use them to do certain things, like you can create things, but it's such a limited use. I think of maybe 1 or 2 things that you use gray dwarf eyeballs for, but you get so damn many of them. It's ridiculous.
You get at least 2 per dwarf, right?
Yeah, right. And dwarves are everywhere. Yeah. All right.
I'm actively avoiding this game. Well, not actively, passively avoiding this game because I know that if I play it, you'll never see me again.
Oh, believe me, it's true. I have more hours in that game than I do Cyberpunk 77. That's for sure.
Wow. Is that just because it's more capable of running?
Yes, actually it is. And it's in beta, and I'm still fighting enemy blobs.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
All right. For those of you who are joining us, we are going to kind of do a recap and a little introduction what's going on. This is actually episode 4 of our webcast, The Age of Heroes. Age of Heroes is kind of a subset of... No, we're playing Age of Madness, which is a subset of Age of Heroes, the webcast umbrella. So this campaign is called Age of Madness. It's actually an old Dungeon magazine adventure called Shackled City. We're playing D&D 5e, 5th edition, and we are basing it in Greyhawk, the original D&D world before Forgotten Realms was forgotten. The nice thing about
Forgotten Realms was remembered.
the known realms. The nice thing about Greyhawk is there's so little known about it. Like, there's adventures and this, that, and the other, but they stopped really writing. We're kind of making it up as we go. So we're building along with what's known about Greyhawk and adding our little touch to it. Ideally, we're going to start doing weekly recordings. But logistics being what they are, some of us can't make it every single Sunday night. So some weeks, maybe once a month, we'll miss a recording or possibly do a recording on a separate day. But generally, we're going to try to do 8:30 Sunday nights from here on out if we can. That's the idea. So with no further ado, I'm Matt. I am the DM. Oh, by the way, this is a Back Patio production. I don't know if you guys, some of you I know there are in the chat are from Back Patio. Probably Adam maybe in there right now. I can't tell. But right now we're recording this Twitch on my personal Twitch account, Matt Brewer. So after tonight and for here on out, all of the future recordings and live shows will be on the BPN Twitch channel, which I'll get that out there. If whoever's in Back Patio Net in the chat wouldn't mind linking the other address if you have a chance between killing Draugr and Grey Dwarf's eyeballs. So I'm Matt. I'm going to be DMing this, and I'm going to go just let everybody go at it. We'll go clockwise for me in the Twitch stream. So Khaldun will be next.
Hi, I'm Heath. I am playing Khaldun, a Githyanki Abjurer, who has fled the grand city of Tunereth after it was revealed to him that the Lich Queen's future for their race is a lie.
Bum, bum, bum.
Awesome. Okay.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's how clockwise works.
Australia.
Yeah, sorry. Everything goes the other way. My name is Mike. I'm playing Tarathiel, the Elven Rogue. I came to the city and was making a fair living for myself when a group of nasty people with painted faces snagged me from the street and tried to extort me for money and cut off my pinky. So now I have only 9 fingers. So let me get into character. Yeah. And that's it.
Excellent. So I am Jamie. I am playing Fairzon. He is a Goliath fighter. He originally came from a mountain range some distance away. He traveled far, as it were, and he is quite unique among the people here. And I guess we can reveal the city name, correct?
Yeah, that's going to be the next player that we talk about.
Okay.
So to the right is the city of Cauldron, which is the background pretty much for the entire campaign of Shackled City. Cauldron is set inside of the caldera of a dormant volcano. What you're seeing in the center is Crater Lake. It's just a water runoff from the rains. This area of Greyhawk is the southeasternmost area of the main lands before you get into like the dust sea over the mountain range. It's a tropical area. Think Hawaii, volcanoes and tropical fruit. And it's mostly human. There are the exceptions in this city. Actually, in this region, it's mostly human. And majority of the people in this area have kind of a Middle Eastern or North African uh, about their look. They're dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes. It's just the norm. Seeing anything that's non-human isn't necessarily puts you on alert, but it's like seeing kind of a weird celebrity. It's, wow, I'm looking at a half elf. I've never seen one before in my life, and I'm 30. That kind of thing. Mostly human, except
Whoa, it's
the
Ethan
party.
Hawke.
Exactly. So the party is consistent of a Githyanki, a Goliath, and a half elf. However, one of the things about Greyhawk and the way that Gary Gygax, the guy who wrote all this crap, he saw adventuring as an actual profession. So when you think of people breaking the law, robbing a house, the guards take care of that. When you think of dragons out there, or there's ghosts and goblins to take care of, the adventurers take that. So it's kind of, are you full elf or half elf?
Full.
Oh,
I believe.
I'm
I'm pretty sure that.
I only had half of you in my head. So it's kind of like a witchery feeling. The Witcher is one that go out to kill these unearthly beasts. So that's kind of a background for the world that we're playing in. I think the four of us together can kind of try to give you a recap of the first 3 episodes, which will be available on the Back Patio's YouTube channel soon. Hopefully sooner than later. Yeah, it's been in the works for 2 weeks that I haven't gotten around to doing yet. But now that this is kind of a more live-ish thing, we're going to try to get those out there so everybody can watch it and catch up. So basically, to begin with, in episode 1, we met Khaldun. So you're coming out of the Underdark, escaping.
Right, yeah. When I fled the city of Tunereth through the portal, it dumped me into the Underdark. And I wandered around in the disorienting radiation to the Underdark until I, came out of a cave and was essentially saved by a blacksmith, Varric, who brought me to Cauldron.
And then and then Tarathiel, you kind of started in Cauldron when the story began. How much of your story do you want to tell?
I think it's enough to know that I was in Cauldron. I was probably grifting folks for money, playing cards, and like I said before, got picked up by someone who took me to a place down by the docks, I believe. Is that right?
That's close. Yep.
And demanded money and cut off one of my fingers, and I managed to escape, kill one of the people that was chasing me, and I took his finger in retaliation.
And then Farazan.
So Farazan traveled at the behest of, I believe, his father, the leader of his tribe. So the Goliaths are tribal, clannish type of people. They are pretty secluded up in their mountains. But he traveled to a monastery at the base of the mountain, the Cauldron Mountain, and he studied there for several months. These small human monks were teaching him a thing or two until he realized that he was not a monk, and that he could use a steek. And so after he learned,
stick, you mean tree, right?
yeah,
literally ripped a tree out of the ground.
Yep. And so after he learned what he could from there, he has been sent on a quest for knowledge and wisdom to prevent something from happening that has been prophesied, I believe, or foretold.
Yeah, there was a witch, or I guess a shaman in your clan that had this vision of darkness and writhing earth and evil, and your dad kind of sent you out into the world to kind of get some information, but also to make you a man. Get out there, get killed.
Get killed. Be strong. Return back.
So that was kind of the gist of episode 1. Episode 2, everybody kind of met the guards of the walls of Cauldron, and they were taken in nicely, and they were taxed. Everybody was taxed their 1 silver piece, which, come to find out, you're looking at the the economy of the game, it's quite a bit of money. I mean, just to walk through the doors, you're all charged a silver just to get in. Everybody was directed towards one particular inn called the Drunken Morkoth, which is the quote adventurer's inn and tavern. Of course, all three of the characters decided to go there simultaneously, as it would happen in most D&D games.
Of their own free will.
Yes. Kind of got settled in. God, excuse me. I'm drinking liquid adrenaline with, I think, caffeine and cocaine in it. I'm burping like crazy. So the three characters meet the waitress, and then they go out and get their individual jobs doing whatnot to kind of, have a day job to pay for the money it costs to live in a tavern and eat out, for every meal. So kind of got that established. And during the night, at the end of the night, they heard the cry for help out in the storm, and the three heroes ran from the tavern to see a holy man being accosted by a pair of these guys who earlier in the story took one of Tarathiel's pinkies, which come to find out they're called the Last Laugh Thieves Guild. And that was the end of episode 2. Then episode 3, the last episode, which is actually still available. I may actually, you know what? Let's just let them watch that one. No, kind of got to get you caught up to. Yeah, there's a lot happened last episode. We even went long. I think it was about 2 hours long. So you guys helped me out. You saved the priest.
Of St. Cuthbert.
Of St. Cuthbert. You captured the
fiendish, foul people beating up the priest.
Yes,
the last
priest punches.
Put him to sleep and tied him up, and they were guards.
They were guards. The priest's name is escaping me right now as I go to my notes. Rufus Laro. He was being beaten. They weren't using weapons. They were just kind of putting the fear of St. Cuthbert in him. And as soon as the heroes came around the corner to confront them, they all took off, and we're having nothing with these guys. And Khaldun wiggled a few fingers and put them all to sleep, just like bloop. I mean, like cut the strings. They all fell in the mud. Short story of that is they sent them to jail. They got some guards who were doing their rounds, and come to find out that all three of the people that were attacking this priest were actually guardsmen that had been hired by the Last Laugh to attack him and kind of scare him away from what they were saying.
The orphanage.
The orphanage, investigating the orphanage, which leads us to the Temple of St. Cuthbert, where you escorted him back safely to meet Jinya, who let the party know that 4 children had been abducted, thought to have been abducted from the orphanage. Disappeared. But it was thought to be an abduction because there's no real reason, no indication for them to have left. But the party gets there. They have Jinya heals them up and offers them the job to kind of investigate, see what's going on. So what happened to these kids? The characters get paid, get a little bit of money, some healing, and are given a writ of purpose, which is basically the Church of St. Cuthbert has given them their confidence for them to act in the name of St. Cuthbert's Church to investigate, to pretty much, it's kind of like a key to the city a little bit. And ask that of course, that the characters don't abuse this writ. So then the players or the characters decide to go to the Lantern Street Orphanage and do some investigating, where they scare the hell out of the Gretchen, the old woman who takes care of the orphan, the headmistress. Eventually getting in, investigating. And Tarathiel, with his background knowledge about locks and things of that sort, notice that none of the locks have ever been picked, and none of the locks have ever been picked, and find out from that information when Gretchen mentions that all the locks are new. They have been recently donated within the last 4 to 6 weeks by Gelv's Locks. Keegan Gelv, who's been a longtime member of the city, who has, on a regular basis, updated and supported the orphanage whenever he could. But these locks are brand new, and she wears the keys around her neck, and she never loses track of them. So that led them to go to Gelv's Locks, and that's kind of where we ended. I think y'all had some sausages or something, but pretty much
Sausage in a bun.
Huh?
Sausage in a bun.
Yeah, sausage in a bun. And waited for Gelv's return, and that's where you guys were. Gelv was returning from lunch. It was around noon. He had approached his shop and was at the door, unlocking it and flipping the sign around back to open, back from lunch. Now you're caught up, and that's where we're starting today. Outside of Gelv's Locks on Lava Avenue, and immediately next to you is the second largest building in Cauldron, the Academy.
The Academy, yeah.
And you're all staying there. And like I said, Cauldron is a very, very busy city. There are thousands of people that live in the city along every road, every flat road. So you're looking on the map, the long roads are all very, very elevated, right? We're talking like 45-degree elevation down this cauldron or down this caldera. And on the side roads that go north, here I go with my wiggling instead of pinging. These roads here that aren't as crooked, you have a lot of kiosks and salesmen, and you have your dealers and people that don't have storefront. And all throughout the city, on a regular basis, there is a very good presence of guards, all human, all very pleasant. Nobody, even the three
when they're not punching priests.
Yeah, exceptionally bribable.
Very bribable. Well, 3 of them were. Can't judge the whole world, you know.
Not all guards. That's what you're saying.
Not all guards, just those 3. So just to give you an idea, like it's not a static city. Like it's very dynamic. There are people bustling all the time. It's very busy. Now, Farazan, obviously you stick out very much, being a foot taller than the tallest human in town. You have not seen anybody else of your kind since you left your tribe weeks ago. And obviously, Khaldun, you will never see anybody of your kind again.
That would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
If we do see someone that looks like you,
that's a problem.
We're in trouble.
Yes.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
So, just to kind of set the scene, it is like 1:00 in the afternoon. You're standing there beside this traveling hot dog salesman. You're eating your fill. Bustling city. It is dry right now. You can smell the filth of Crater Lake and the dead fish, and all the refuse wash off as the priests of the city go about casting purify water to keep the waters clean. What do you do?
I cast sleep time up.
Okay, all right.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
As a joke.
I don't do that.
Gil thinks it's hilarious.
Right. Has
So he
anyone
does.
got a plan for how to talk to this geezer?
Well, he walks up. I mean, like he doesn't really notice you. He notices Farazan, of course, and just shrugs a little bit and walks on to his shop, unlocks it like nothing's going. And as far as he's concerned, nothing's going on. He turns and walks in, shuts the door behind him, and then you can see over it. So you've got this building. It's a 2-story building, which is a little unusual for Cauldron because most of the buildings are multiple stories high. You've got the front door. And then to the right, as you're facing it, you've got kind of a glassed-in display area with various locks and mechanisms. And not all locks. There's some other mechanical items there, like scissors or, things that aren't just common in everyday, use around Cauldron. And after a moment or so, you see him go over and he he pulls the curtains aside to let the wares be seen on the street, and he goes back into the darkness of his shop.
Yeah, so
Oh, well,
Tarathiel
I think we should
will
just
ask the
go
other
in
two.
and talk to him.
What are you going to say? Hey, by the way, have you been involved in kidnapping a bunch of orphans?
I was thinking about it.
Right.
You have a better approach? I'm open to ideas.
I might have one.
Okay,
Can I grab the writ?
sure. Here, I hand the writ to Tarathiel.
All right. Then we'll head into the store.
All right. Head up. Let Matt get things under control here.
Jeez. Head up, the entire map moves upwards.
I moved the city around you.
I hate when that happens.
Oh no,
There's a map. I like maps.
I
Maps
feel
are
the
fun.
earth move.
So
Oh dear.
is Tarathiel going alone, or is
No, I'm going with him.
okay?
Yeah, Farazan will follow and duck his head as he goes in.
Do you want us to put our tokens on the map?
Yes, please. So what you see, you open the door, and the map is actually pretty descriptive. There's a long mahogany kind of carpet running down the center. There are these two chairs that are flanking this hearth that has a fire in it. It's pretty warm in here. There's the smell of freshly cut wood and pipe smoke. The long brown thing is his countertop. And as you walk in, there's a little ding, but you don't see a bell, right? You open the door, but you don't see the bell hanging that's physically hit. But you do hear a ding as you walk through the door. And you hear from the
Magical
back
ding.
a magical ding. And you hear from back on the right, you see there are these red drapes, curtains, and you hear a voice from back there. Just a minute, I'll be with you. Just a minute.
Okay.
Make
I'll
yourself
move
comfortable.
Farazan off the counter.
On the walls, you see hooks with just keys, like an innumerable number of hooks and keys. You're assuming that every one of these keys is attached to a lock that's for sale somewhere. Now, Khaldun, are you back behind the counter?
Yes, I am looking for all the answers.
Okay.
No.
I just want to make sure.
I am over here next to the fire.
Okay.
Roll a shenanigans check.
And a few moments pass, and the red curtains, a man slips between them. He doesn't like pull them apart or anything. He walks up and stands behind the counter. Yeah. Hello. Can I
He's
help
invisible.
you? He is visible. I'm joking for him right now.
Hey, you Gelv.
I am. How can I help you
Genya
today?
Yakaris, well, it's a bit embarrassing, but she lost the key to Sakram's room while Sakram's out of town, and she's hoping to get another one cut, if at all possible. And he hands over the writ. There's our authorization from the church.
Whoa. What? Okay. He looks at the writ. Okay, you're with the church. Who's Sakram? Oh. By the way,
That's the
a little dyslexia. It's sarcum. Sacrum is part of
Sarcum.
your butt. It's sarcum.
Yeah. When you said that, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you know,
butt
it's a Gygax name. It could be sacrum. It could be anus for all we know. But
Yeah.
it's it's sarcum. Pardon me.
Okay. Yeah.
But yes.
Kids don't listen to map.
Sakram's out of town. It's a sound policy for a happier future.
I'm literally telling my kids not to listen to map.
Oh, right.
Okay, you have
Yeah, I assume you keep a master here on.
a master key? No. That would be unethical. I do not do that. Every
what
lock has its own key.
And what if someone loses their key?
I replace the lock and give them a new key. Depends on
How
how
do you
long
get the
it's-
lock out without unlocking it?
I could take locks out of doors. I have technical means and chisels, and I can bore the locks out. Sometimes I can pick them. I'm not too bad with a pick, but no, I replace the lock and everything.
Right.
I'm sorry. Why are you here?
Right, trying to
Farazan
get a
just
key
kind
cut.
of looks at Tarathiel and just like, why are we here?
Tarathiel just kind of shrugs, like, I don't know.
Are you... Does the church need a lock? Let's start over. I'm Keegan Gelth. He holds his hand out. How do you do?
Not too bad. And he takes the guy's hand and shakes it, but he's only got the 4 fingers there.
Oh,
It's a little bit weak.
he. You see a glimmer of recognition in what that represents.
Mm-hmm.
He nods. You're here with the church, though, right?
Yeah,
All right.
got it written everything.
Okay. He picks up the writ at this point.
Oh, official.
He pulls out like this little eyeglass thing and takes the
Like a
writ. And like
lupe,
he is looking at it. Like, look, eyeballing
This
you,
is
Tarathiel.
forged.
Look, yeah. It's obvious he's looking for a forgery, and he hands it back to you. Said, "Okay." He's got his hands on the countertop, like where you can see them at all times.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do for the church?
And Tarathiel will turn back to the others and just kind of shrug again. Like, does anybody else want to step in? You want to let Tarathiel handle it.
So you're saying that if someone loses a key to a lock, the only way that they can get in is to remove the lock.
Yes, there are not multiple keys.
One of your locks. One of your locks.
Well, I can also replace locks if somebody.
Just pulled a weapon.
I'm trying to get a token on there. Y'all,
Sorry.
you're terrible. I almost put in there one called Dead Soldier, and I thought that would be really funny. But
Just
yeah.
That was quick.
No, so people come to me if they want a new lock or if they've lost a key to their old lock. I will replace the lock and give them the new key. Like you lose the key to your house. You come to my store. I'll go to your house. I'll take the old lock out. I'll bore it out or try to pick it and replace the old lock with a new lock and give you the key.
Okay. Well, we are working for someone that has your locks installed relatively recently, and someone broke in to the room behind the lock.
Oh my goodness.
And we're trying to figure out how. And so my friend here assumes that there's a master key, which I kind of figured to be a master key too, but I only play a locksmith on TV, so I don't know.
Well, I yes, it can be done. You can do there are ways to make locks in general that can be opened like a skeleton key, but I would never do that. No.
Okay.
Who, if you don't mind me asking, did I provide the lock for the person who got broken into? Because I do have a guarantee. It's not a lifelong guarantee. It's only so many years because locks do break down. They do rust. They do get jammed up and dirty. And I will replace them up to a certain amount of time. But whose lock is it?
Well, my friend here is pretty certain that these are new locks, like months new.
Oh, well, they're still under
And
warranty.
something very, very precious was stolen.
Well, that's understandable. Yes.
it was the orphanage, Lantern Street. I don't want to watch him to see if he has a reaction.
Give me a perception.
At this point, Farazan will reach
Perception.
over. Farazan will reach over to the door and close it.
Perception
So
or
the way
insight? Matt?
Fearzon closes doors is he just leans against it.
Whichever's
It is
better.
now closed.
Whichever's better for you.
I get expertise on insight. So
Okay.
17.
And see,
Ooh,
now,
nice.
then absolutely use insight for things like that from now on.
Yeah.
Yes, you notice a demeanor change. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me a perception also. Everybody give me an active perception check.
Nope.
Khaldun, you get an advantage on this one.
I thought I pushed the button. Maybe I did not push the button. Push the button.
So Farazan is looking at locks.
He's perusing.
Farazan got a 7. We're using, by the way,
Natural-
we're using Roll20 to roll our dice instead of
20.
just for listeners' edification. That's what we're using. If you're wondering where all these numbers are coming from, you don't hear dice being rolled. We're all rolling Roll20. Okay, so
Natural 20 for a 23.
Nice.
okay, that was your perception.
Yes.
All right, Khaldun, you got a 4, and that was with advantage.
No, 20.
No, with advantage, you got a 20.
Oh, so you got a natural 20, and Khaldun got a
18.
natural 20. Okay,
A dirty 20. Yeah.
dirty 20. So Khaldun and
Supernatural 20.
Tarathiel, not only do you notice an obvious change in demeanor from you notice that he's been kind of putting on a little bit of a show from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Not really
Yeah.
sure why. Like more of a it's none of your business. He's trying to just keep his cards close to his chest. But when you notice or when you mention the Lantern Street Orphanage, it goes from just kind of like he's trying to figure you out to, oh my God, they know. Like
Mhm.
you just see that in his face. Not only that, his form, his actual visage shimmers. I mean, just almost imperceptibly. But you do notice it. And he's I
So
did.
this may not be Gel.
I did replace those locks. I did 6 weeks ago. I've replaced those locks for years. I give them. I donate. I will replace them. They're under warranty. I don't know what was taken.
While he's talking, I move right there.
And he looks over at you. It's like, now listen, I don't want any trouble. And he backs up. You know, it's like he sees you coming around and.
Well, I saw him shimmer, so I want a better look at him.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have a spell that would do something like that, Disguise Self. So I'm wondering if he's not under the influence of that spell.
Give me an Arcana check.
And because if you look at them close enough, you can see through the spell.
So the other two, you guys see
22.
22. He is absolutely under the effect of an alter self or a disguise self spell.
Disguise Self.
100%.
Okay. All right. So, okay.
So you other two, you see Khaldun kind of go around the corner to get a better look, and he's eyeballing him up and down.
Yeah, I look and it's like, oh, okay.
So do you?
Your spell is shimmering, my friend.
And I mean, he's just sweating. He is just sweating bullets at this point. And he bolts back into the back room.
Dang it!
Just through this curtain.
Dude. Okay.
Leap over the counter.
Please, leave me alone. It's not my fault. You know what? Let's just go ahead and roll initiative. Just get that. just get that out there.
That's an odd
You
thing
know,
for him
I
to
mean-
say.
That is an odd thing for him to say.
All right.
Man.
Who got above a 20? Who got
That's
above a
fun. No.
10? How about that? Jeez, look at those rolls.
That's funny.
Nobody got above a 10? All right.
Nope.
5 to 10?
Yeah.
I got a 5.
I got
Khaldun
I
got a
got a
5. Tarathiel got a 9. All right, Farazan, what you got?
This is the same as Tarathiel.
A 9?
Yep.
Who wants to go first? Between the two of you. Boop, boop.
I think I'll go first.
Definitely. Huh?
I think I'll go first.
Okay.
Unless you particularly want to go first. It feels like Tarathiel would be more ready to leap over a counter than Farazan, maybe.
He as soon as like he started acting oddly,
Uh-huh.
like Farazan's first instinct was to reach across the counter and grab him. So when he
Okay.
ran, but you probably have much higher reactions and dexterity because he has no dexterity. So I'll defer to the full elf.
I also just imagine Farazan just turns the sign to closed.
You're right out of my mouth.
Crunches the lock.
Yes, he pulls a Punisher. It's like, yes, we're going to take care of this.
Exactly.
All right. Round 1. Tarathiel, you are first.
How is that possible? 10, 15. All right. how if I want to jump over the counter and head through the curtain, what would I need to roll to do that, or can I just do that?
Are you proficient? Nah, you can do it. It's no big deal.
And counter? Are you proficient in
Are you
counter?
proficient in counter hopping? I was gonna say,
No, I am.
shoot, not athletics. What's the other one? Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Are you proficient in acrobatics?
I am.
If you're proficient, you got it. No problem.
All right.
Huzzah.
Tarathiel is going to counter slide over the counter and draw his short sword as he goes, and then come through the curtain.
Come through the curtain. And Viola,
Reveal.
you blast through the red curtain, and you see Gelv is literally like right here. The icon's kind of bullshit. He's not facing away from you. He's facing the curtain, and he's slightly backing up, but like because the way
Sorry, I'll
turns
face away
are,
from him
he's
as well,
not
just to
actually
be
moving.
polite.
How did you do that? I don't want to know. I got 3 screens in my face. I don't have enough. But you see him, and he's backing up. He's obviously got a fear in his eyes, and that shimmering. It's obvious now. Like you may not have picked. Yeah, you did pick up on it earlier, but it's now obvious. Like because of you knowing it, because he is just really, obviously, just out of his mind, scared to death. This image is wavering.
Yeah.
And that was 5-10 feet. You got a lot of go.
Yeah. I'd like to I want to come all the way around him. Is this to the south here? Is that a window?
Yeah, let me go ahead and reveal that. That's that display window I was talking about earlier.
Okay, so that's open to the street, technically?
Yes, those bottom 3 panels are glass, and those black curtains that you see are actually pulled back, so you can see
They're pulled back?
You can see the street from here. It's fairly well lit in here now.
In that case, I'm not going to step all the way forward to be very visible from the street.
So one thing real quick, these are 10-foot squares. I couldn't find a better map that had so each one of these squares is 10 feet.
Okay. Can I make it? I kind of want to make it past him to stop him from going deeper into the building.
5-10. Yeah. That's one movement.
So if I can make it to like there.
Yep.
Tarathiel's gonna kind of stand in the back of the room and just be like, "Just tell us what you did, mate."
That is just a move. Anything else?
I don't really want to hit him. So
Good.
I think I just want to like prepare to hit him, maybe, or even
You can do that.
Maybe try and knock him down. I'm wondering if I should shove him.
So you can do like grappling.
grapple.
Yeah, you can try to knock him down. There's no subdual damage in 5e. You just do damage.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna suck at all those things because they're all athletics, and that's not what I'm about.
That's not your shtick.
That is not my shtick. So yeah, no, I'm just going to be standing there, be threatening, and I'm going to prepare to try and stop him if he tries to get past.
So let me stop real quick and describe this room real quick. All right. So the floor is all white marble. Like all these other buildings have been this black obsidian or some sort of variant volcanic rock buildings. These floors are white marble. That front area was immaculate, spotless. You come back here, and this is obviously his sales room, his display area. Those are 3 chests. They're all different sizes, different complexity of locks with signs in them, with prices and, how many keys it would take. Some of them would take 1 key, some of them take 3. In the bottom right corner, you see a pair of shelves with additional hardware, things that he's trying to sell. And it's not just locks, like I said. There are other little knickknacks. All of it's mechanical. All of it's like tinkering stuff. And then in the front area where the glassed in display area is, you see what's probably his best of the best, like his bright, shiny locks. His best, it's a sales front. It's what you expect to see. And in the top right corner, so behind you directly, there's a stairwell going up. And at the base of the stairs, facing the stairs, you see this 7-foot, maybe 2-foot wide wooden case that's not really big enough to be a shelf, but there's a blanket thrown over it, and you hear kind of a ticking, a rhythmic ticking coming from it.
It's a bomb.
It's a boom.
It's a lock bomb. Oh shit!
Lock bomb. Matt, can I revise my turn then? I have another cunning plan that I'm.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't give you the full information. So
cool.
what would you like to do?
I think I want to come all the way around him, but I'm still going to tell him, like, we just want to talk, just talk to us. And then I want to use my action to close the curtain.
Okay. You go right beside him, and he doesn't attempt to do anything to you. His hands are still kind of up, and he's shaking. He is, because we're going in turns. It seems like he's just standing still. He's in the motion of like trying to go towards those stairs. It's just he hasn't gotten there yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
but
I'm gonna come around him and close the curtain and
done.
hide myself from the street.
No problem. You can assassinate at will. Anything else, Tarathiel?
No, that's it. Thanks.
Fairzon, your turn.
All right. Fairzon will, given that there's a little bit of space there, can he do a running jump and athletically jump over the thing?
You can step over. You're fine.
Step over?
Yeah, you're just big.
Okay.
He's nimble. You're huge.
Okay.
Kill me.
All right. Then he will step over and rush through the curtain.
Okay. Any questions about the scene?
If Fairzon tackles him, is he going to land on Tarathiel?
No. You can control it.
Okay. Then he will do so.
Okay.
Bear him to the ground.
Give me an athletics check.
Athletics check.
And he
That
will
would
try to
be-
resist you a little bit.
Oh, only a little bit.
Very little bit. I rolled a 1. Natural 1. All right. You got him.
He wins.
You got him. I mean, you've got this guy in your hands. What do you want to do?
All right. It's the classic big guy, grapple. Yeah. Grab him by the shirt and lift up off the
Glove
ground
on the
sort of
head,
thing.
like swinging out. Like
Yes.
So you're kind of bear hugging him and holding him, or
No, just one arm, like the grab and twist sort of thing.
okay.
Getting ready to club him with the other hand if I need to.
Okay.
And he's
Let me stop you real quick.
Oh.
He rolled a natural 1. You got you rolled an adjusted 20. You reach out to grab him, and you succeeded. I'm not telling you you failed, but when you grab him, the illusion that he had about him fades. Okay,
He squeaks.
it's a gnome.
oh boy, it's a gnome.
Oh,
It's a gnome.
like a
He is a
gnome.
gnome. And the reason it fails is because you reach out to grab this human-sized arm, his shoulder,
Yeah.
goes through it, but you kind of reach down and you come down on this tiny, small-sized, gnomish man, and you just wrap him up.
Okay.
That's move and an action.
Yes.
So the question is Gel a gnome, or is this not Gel at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Anything
So
else?
when he gets a hold of this guy, he says, "Where are the children?"
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Yep.
You have a bonus. Anything to do with that?
Say again.
You have a bonus action. Is there anything else you need to do? Is there anything else you can do?
I don't know. I've got the. So full disclosure here, 5e is new to me.
Right.
To everyone listening. So, but with the action surge, I can take an additional action, but I don't think it's necessary at this point. So I'll just leave the question.
He is not
and
resisting.
the gnome hanging.
At this
Yep.
point, he is not resisting you. Like, he
Okay.
knows he's got. So for 5e, like, there is a bonus action that's available every round. Not everybody can use it or has something that they can do with it.
Yep.
There are some house rules that I have implemented. It actually hasn't come up yet. But other ways to use bonus actions that you normally couldn't, which none of it pertains right now. When it comes up, I'll bring it up. But right now, it's just too much info. But generally, you'll know if you have a bonus action available. And that's the reason I'm saying you have a move, you have an action, and you have a bonus. And it's kind of, to, quote, hold your hand for a little bit until you get used to the idea of action economy. After a while, I'll stop doing that. I'll just are you done? And then we'll move on. But
Sure.
I don't know that you, as a fighter, have anything that you can do with a bonus action that doesn't involve murdering this guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. In that case, we'll move on to Khaldun.
Alrighty. 10, 20, 30. I'm going to move into the room.
Any questions about the scene?
I don't think so. So these three things in the middle of the room, those are chests.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a carpet, a blue carpet on the ground.
Is the floor stone?
The floor is white marble, very nice, but there is a large, huge rug under those three chests. That's what the blue coloring is.
Right. Okay. I am going to cast Create Bonfire
Jesus.
right there. on the marble floor, right? My intent is not to catch anything on fire. Okay?
That's why you cast it by fire.
Yes.
I don't want to burn anything, but I'm going to cast bonfire.
My intent is to block his exit and prevent anything coming down the stairs.
Okay.
Oh man, how big is a bonfire?
It's a 5-foot square.
So those are 10-foot blocks. So it's at the foot of the square. You control it. It's magical. Yeah, you can put it, and there's nothing.
I don't want to
flammable.
damage anything. I want to create a hazard.
Yeah. All right. It's done. No problem.
I had another question.
Yep.
So this wall here, so the eastern wall, the black, is that a wall or is that like another room?
That's a wall. It's just
so the only other exit is the stairs.
Correct. The walls of this drawing are black as well. If you look in the main room, you can see the white on the outside. It's just black on black.
Okay.
But that is the wall.
All right. Yeah. So what I would like to do is create bonfire at the base of the stairs, create a hazard from people from moving up and down the stairs. And what that does is it fills a 5-foot square with a bonfire, a magical bonfire. If anything enters that, they have to do a dex check. If they fail, they take D8 fire damage.
Excellent.
Okay.
And it looks terrifying.
All right. I put a little rectangle there because that's my art. That's the bonfire. How long does that last?
It's concentration.
Beautiful.
It has no duration?
It's a minute. Concentration,
Okay,
1 minute.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Khaldun?
I am done. So I'm just going to stand there, arms folded, with this huge flame behind me looking at him.
All right. It's Keegan's turn, and he's not struggling. He's struggling, but he's not like, it's not really much of a struggle, right? Like, you're huge and he's a gnome. He's just he's wiggling like, let me go, I didn't have a choice, let me go. He does try to wiggle out.
Okay.
He's gonna fail, just to let you know.
Okay. just to let you know.
Actually,
I don't know.
pretty
Maybe. What you got?
Oh, dang it. Okay. So it's a athletics, right?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Ooh.
All right.
He wiggled.
So,
Super wiggly.
as a move action, he wiggles free. Right? No, that's an action. That's an action to get released.
Yeah.
So as an action, he wiggles free. Like it's not like he outstrengthed you. It's just, it's like holding on to something really, really tiny in your giant hands. You look so strong, but it just wiggled through. He bolts out. Wrong map. He bolts out. Son of a bitch. Ignore that circle. I suck. Out the curtain. And, well, I'm going to take him off the map for now because you do not know where he went.
Do we know direction?
You both.
But just through the curtain.
I'm sorry?
He went through the curtain, right? So we know at least which direction he went.
He went through the red curtain for sure.
Okay.
Do we get attacks of opportunity?
Fairzon does. Nobody else. These are 10-foot squares. Everybody's too far away. But Fairzon definitely does.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get rid of that damn circle.
Right.
That's where the clues are, fellas.
That's where the clues are.
First try. What? Okay.
And the let's see. As part of a reaction, I can't have drawn my staff, correct?
Drawing weapons, opening doors, swapping weapons is a free action. Because this is a reaction, if you didn't have it drawn, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
On your turn, it would be a free action, but this is a reaction, so you weren't prepared to do that.
Okay, that is fair. I will roll my natural 1 for his unarmed strike.
Okay. And again, honestly, it's because he's so small, right?
Worst Goliath ever.
He zips between your legs. He zips between your legs and out the curtain quick as a flash.
Fairland punches himself in the junk.
He goes, ow.
I meant to do that.
Right in the
Reaches-
gnomes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me count. And you hear
Reminds-
the front door open and slam shut,
Bing.
and the bell ring in the
Bing.
background.
Magical ping.
Tarathiel, we are going to stay in initiative rounds. What do you do? Round 2.
Well,
Man,
that could
I
have
did
gone
not
better.
expect for him to get away.
You
Holy
didn't
crap!
expect from me to
Yeah,
get away.
right?
That's my best skill.
Grabbing things.
Yeah, I mean, he got athletics and strength. I mean, that's like his thing. They're built into Goliaths. He's got proficiency.
All right. Tarathiel will come back around to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's pretty much your full move. Those are 10
Yeah,
foot
that's
squares.
what I'm thinking. I really don't want to chase him out onto the street. I think can I lock the door from here? Is it locked with a key, being a locksmith, or is it locked with a bar?
It's not locked with a key. It's locked with a switch, though. You can lock it from the inside without a key.
Okay.
Deadpool.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, then I'm gonna look out the door and see if I can see him.
So you're opening the door.
Yes.
Okay. Open the door, and yeah, you see him bolting as a gnome into the crowd. He has done, behind the scenes, he's done a double move. He's gotten the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm. Then yeah, I'm gonna swing the door closed and lock it.
From the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shut the door, lock it, done. Now, you have a lot of crap you can do with the bonus. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I guess I can take a dash action because apparently rogues are superhuman in 5e,
Mm-hmm.
Bimbly, bimbly.
and I can come back into the room.
Okay.
He's gone.
Farazan, it's your turn.
Farazan looks at Tarathiel and says, "Why are you not pursuing?"
You really want to chase a fellow through the streets with all the guards. And it becomes his word versus ours.
We have the writ.
Feel free.
All right. In that
Go get him,
case,
big fella.
man, I wish I had some extended movement. All right, then. Using his powers of thinking outside of the box, or thinking outside of the locksmith shop, Farazan will pull his staff from his back and charge directly south out the window.
You're going to crash through the
Yes.
window.
Yep.
Yes.
Done. I don't even need to check. Give me a dexterity saving throw to kind of avoid any horrible broken glass in the eyeballs.
Can I get a second opinion on that saving throw?
Sure. Dexterity.
Okay. Dang it. All right. Well, it's the same as this. So, yeah, 6.
All right. Not hard. It was a 5. I mean, it's possible to fail, but you crash through the glass. I'm going to put you prone just outside. Well, no. Yeah, with that saving throw, that was really to save you from taking just a minuscule amount of damage, but
Yeah.
it does make you prone. So I want to set you right there. But you can't
Okay.
see that because it's dark and there we go.
Oh, excellent.
That white area is actually
Mhm.
highly not white. So anything else?
I was going to say it's
Uh,
actually highly toxic lava.
Floor's lava.
Where's lava?
It is Lava Street, right? Or Lava Avenue.
It is Lava
Yeah.
Avenue. Oh,
The street-
no.
literally
street
the floor
is
is
lava.
lava.
You have resistance to
Um,
cold though, so that does nothing.
Yeah. He yells back over his shoulder, "Which way?"
He went out and to your right. So if you're facing, so if down on the map is south, he went east,
Okay.
and that would be towards Blue Crater Academy, that direction. Does
Toward the
that
academy.
does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. Out.
So is
Right.
he still visible? Didn't Tarathiel, wasn't he able to see him?
Tarathiel saw him. He was running into, like I said, a very crowded, busy street. But this gnome, Farazan, you see him. I mean, it's not been enough time for him to get lost in the crowd. You see him running towards, obviously, like a big group of people and trying to, be small.
Okay. In terms of action economy, is that a move or a standard to get out?
Well, it was a move to just bust through. To stand up is half your movement, or
Okay.
half of a move.
Okay.
You moved 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. You don't quite have half a move. Well, you can take a dash action, so yes.
Okay.
You can do a dash using half your move to stand back up and continue on another 15 feet.
Okay. He will do that, and as he encounters the thousands of people in the street, he will raise his voice once again and say, "Everybody move!"
I am the Boo Squad.
Yes.
All right, so Farazan has entered the mind's eye. For anybody keeping count. All right, that's it for Farazan. Khaldun, give me a perception check.
He's an invisible gnome.
Perception check. What is my dose? 19.
Good grief, man.
19. Okay.
Roll 20 does not like me.
It's giving all
glad
your
it
luck
likes
to
you
somebody
guys.
else. So what you see, I rolled a natural 20, but what that roll was, is you see literally the shimmering outline of a form jump from the banister of the second story floor down to right beside you.
Uh-oh.
It's invisible, but you can see the shimmering outline of it.
You see the shimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what the roll was for it to not fall prone after jumping down 15 feet. And it moves and attempts to... You see a hand strike out, not holding a weapon, like a clawed hand, strike out at you. Let's see. Let's roll the hit. Oh, God. What's your armor class?
12.
12. All right. So you feel these long, sharp claws reach out and rake across your chest. I didn't set up all my dice. Give me 1 second. I got to... RLL 1d4. You take 6 points of damage from this claw.
Okay. All right. So when he hits me, the ward flashes and it absorbs the 6 points of damage.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Nice.
So for people don't really know what's going on, tell us about the ward real quick. Talk to me about that.
So Khaldun's an abjurer. That is a specialization of wizardry, and their second level ability is they get an arcane ward. Anytime they cast an abjuration spell, it charges the ward. The first time you charge the ward, it gets twice your wizard level plus your intelligence bonus in hit points. Anytime you take damage, the ward takes it first. And anytime I cast abjuration spell, it gets twice the spell level back to the ward. So I can recharge it by casting more abjuration spells. Right now I had 7 points because I charged it in the morning with an alarm spell. So 6 points of damage was deflected by the ward. Was that a kobold?
It was an accident.
So was he?
Was that a goat?
He magically? Okay, I bet to say, was he magically invisible? Because attacking would
Okay,
reveal him, right?
so yes, normally you're correct about the invisibility spell. This thing is still invisible. I'm just putting this on there because I don't have an invisible kobold icon, so we're using this kobold. The creature that just swiped at you with its claws is still invisible, and it's now your turn.
All right. Well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick, Tarathiel, go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you notice also. You notice the attack. You see his the
See if I can see what it
robe
is.
slash, but to see whether or not you.
Ooh, 13.
You don't see the shimmering, but you see that Khaldun is obviously under attack by something, but you can't tell what it is.
Mhm.
So Khaldun, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to call it to Tarathiel. I'll point. Well, no, I'm not. I am going to attack with my sword or my staff.
Just
Okay.
invasion of
Cast
the body
green.
snatchers point.
What's
Yeah.
that?
I'm gonna two-handed smash him with my staff.
All right,
and
go for
at the same time, I'm like Tarathiel, there's something right here, and I'm gonna swing at it.
Get it off me! Get it off me!
Spider.
15.
Smack.
15 is a hit.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Excuse me. Hold on. You're disadvantaged. This thing's invisible.
9.
9 is a miss. Man, you were
All right.
excited there for a second.
So-
Sorry about that.
I whiff with my staff, but
Yes.
I'm like, there's something right here, and it's attacking me.
It's the right one.
Khaldun, anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay right there.
Tarathiel, it's your turn. So you know
Yes.
something's up. You know something is there because you can hear it moving. You see the damage that's happened to him. Like his robe's ripped open. You see the gashing blood, but you see nothing.
It bounced off
No,
the
that's
shield.
right.
It
That's
bounced
right.
off the
That's-
shield,
You
yeah.
saw the spark of the shield blocking some sort of attack, but you see nothing. You don't see a thing.
So I'm going to stab into the space with my short sword, which will be with disadvantage as well.
Correct.
That would be 14.
Four-
And- Nope, 7.
7. 7 is a miss. So
7
you
is
swing,
a miss.
and you think that's where it should have been, but whatever it was moved just in time to get out of the way of the blade.
Yeah. And then with my bonus action offhand, I'm going to draw a dagger and attempt to hit it again.
Go for it.
And double roll because things. No, 8.
8. That's a miss.
I tried.
You did valiantly. Anything else?
Where is it?
It's a very cool macro you've got there, Mike.
Yeah, it really is. That confused me at first, but now I love it.
Yeah.
It's there's a plugin called Beyond 20 that lets you click on your sheet in Roll 20 and it in D&D Beyond, and it goes into Roll 20.
Ooh.
It's awesome.
Huh. I'll
We
probably
are not
use that in
sponsored by
about a
Beyond
year.
20.
Tarathiel, anything else?
No, I only have a move action, and I'm not going to take it because I want to continue standing here.
Okay. Fair's on. You hear the commotion. You hear them having an active combat. You hear him yelling, "Something is attacking me. I can't see it. Get it off." You hear everything that just happened.
Okay. Farazan will abandon the chase and jump back through the window, I guess.
All right, no problem. Difficult terrain. Take an extra 5 feet to get back in.
Okay. And I assume the curtain was flung wide when he ran through it earlier.
That the curtain on that side was still open.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so that's the full move then?
That's 10 feet.
Okay.
So you can be right next to Tarathiel at the end of your full movement.
So he will say, when he comes back through, he's like, I see nothing. Where is it?
Give me a perception check. Also,
It's between us.
Just hit it.
It's a 14 perception.
you see nothing. Nothing?
Not going. Yep, not going in there.
See nothing.
You can still take a swing into the empty space because
Yes.
Okay.
we're hinting at where it is.
You know where it is. It's kind of being surrounded by you guys, but you don't see it. So you can attempt to attack the area with disadvantage.
Okay. I will do so with my long staff.
Was kind of hoping for a flying kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Tarathiel and Khaldun are just stabbing the space and nothing's happening. Just out of frame, just bam.
Man, disadvantage is a bitch in this game.
is.
It has, yeah. So real
Maybe a
quick,
7.
little backstory on Farazan, why he went to a monk monastery. When we first started talking about this initially, he was going to play a monk, and I had this great thing written out trying to introduce his character. He's like, nah, I'm going to be a fighter. I'm like, all right.
There was one more step to that conversation where I realized that monk that I was thinking about playing was the absolute worst subclass I could possibly have picked.
Super suck. Yeah. The 4 elements archetype of the monk is just garbage.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool thematically, though.
Airbender, but you can't bend shit.
Yeah, it's very, very cool, but you can do like 2 things a day, I think, and it's not.
Well, it's short rest. You get so many key points, but it's really it's poorly written.
Yeah. So it's like being a warlock. Then you can be really good for like 5 minutes, and then it's over.
I've now attempted a warlock twice and hated it both times. I cannot stand that class.
I love my warlock, but she's not great mechanically.
Okay.
Which is my favorite type of character.
I am worthless.
You'll see.
All right, Farazan. That was a move and an action.
Okay. Yep.
What's up, Mike?
I had a question, but can come around at Cauldron's turn.
Okay. All right. Well, it's fair. That's the end of Farazan's turn. It's turn. What's your question? If you want to go ahead and ask.
Do we get flanking?
No.
Of any description?
There's an option.
Canceling the disadvantage.
No, there's an optional rule for flanking, and after discussing it with Heath, actually, when we were playing a home game, it is absurdly powerful. I mean,
it's too good.
It is ridiculously powerful to give advantage with flanking. So, no, I'm not using an option rule. That's just too much.
Okay.
Because honestly, it would suck for you guys. You're always going to have be flanked. Like
yes,
I'm
a
sheer
rogue,
numbers,
so.
Right? Well, it's great for you.
It's good for me.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks, Heath.
Well, you've pissed off a rogue guild. So, do you want a bunch of flanking?
Yeah.
It's a good point. Never mind.
Sure,
really, thanks, Heath.
No, it's fine.
Was that it, Mike? Just about the flanking?
Yeah, that was my question. Yeah.
All right.
No, I was just trying to cheat my way to victory.
Gotcha. Just trying to win. I understand.
Well, I mean, we threaten this thing, so if you do hit it, I think that's going to be a sneak attack.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're within 5 feet, so you get your sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to hit it though.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's key.
So
I'll try.
There's a lot of keys in here. Farazan, that's your turn. So this thing, it's kind of amorphous. Like it's not like it's, Khaldun. You can see it. It's a weird shimmering, like smooth texture looking outline of this form, and it moves strangely, like limberly, like it's all connective tissue, like it bends backwards where it shouldn't be, or elbow joints go the wrong way, and it does
one of those things.
It does this weird kind of somersault movement out from between the two of you flanking it. Because it's invisible, you do not get an attack of opportunity. Comes around behind you, Khaldun, and attempts to slash at you once again.
Of course. Okay. I resist.
You resist, and your resistance was not futile. It misses. Oh, what's your armor class?
12.
Okay, yeah, barely.
It's not 6.
Well, that doesn't have my plus to hit. It does miss. It glances off your shield, but doesn't take anything out of your shield. Thematically.
Okay. Sure.
And that's it for its turn. Khaldun, it's your turn.
I am going to drop the bonfire right at its feet.
Okay.
So, dex save, DC 13.
DC 13 dexterity save is a negative. I rolled a 4. I don't think it has +9. So
there's 2 points of fire damage.
2 points. Got it. Anything
Can I
else?
smell its location?
And it's still burning.
Does it become
Do you have
visible?
scent? Huh?
Does it become visible now?
It doesn't. So does the actual bonfire say it causes the creature to continue burning for X amount of rounds or anything like that?
Oh, no. Well, if it stands there in the fire, of course, yes.
Oh,
but no.
It doesn't catch fire.
Yeah, as soon as I cast it, it makes a save. If it ends its turn in that space, it has to save again.
Gotcha. Okay. So you two, Farazan and Tarathiel, you can't see it, but it's standing in this fire. You can see the flames like licking around it, lapping around it. You could see the image as it's of this creature as it's standing in the fire. Otherwise, it's still you still can't make it out like Khaldun seems to be able to. But while it's in the fire and a little bit of smoke, you can see it wrapping around the edges of its form, and you see this invisible creature standing in this bonfire. Tarathiel,
No more disadvantage.
I'm sorry. You still have
No
disadvantage.
more disadvantage?
No, you still have
Oh,
disadvantage. It's still this is thematics. That's it for Khaldun. Tarathiel, it's your turn.
It's flavor visible.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to come around to the south of it then, assuming this is south, which is not necessarily true, but we'll go with it. And
It's map
I'm going to
south.
attempt to hit it. Going to attempt to hit it again.
Go for it.
Map south.
What?
Oh.
21 and a 21. Okay.
Yeah.
That hits.
Now the problem is I need to roll these separately and then do the damage, right? Because we need to figure out which one is actually the damage. I can roll the damage on its own. Let me do that. I think. No, I can't. That's too hard.
We'll go with the first one. It was the first one
Okay.
you rolled. I mean, the 21 and the second one, it's fine.
Yeah, so
that's-
six piercing damage, and if sneak attack applies, then 3.
It does apply. So you nail it. So because of the smoke, you can kind of see its vital, where you think the vital areas are, and you get your sneak attack damage in there. And
Yeah.
you attack it. You don't see any blood, and you don't hear a sound. But you know you hit
Okay.
it. Nice, satisfying
All right.
thunk.
And then offhand with the dagger is going to be a 17 or a 24, so 17 with disadvantage.
That's a hit.
Nice.
And then
Schneck attack.
4 plus 3.
Now, 5th edition, you can't get sneak attack on every hit. It's just once around, right?
Once per
Oh,
round.
that's right.
Correct.
That's
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 5 more piercing damage.
5 points of damage, and it collapses into the bonfire.
Hooray!
And it continues to burn.
And then does
Continues-
it become visible?
No, it's still invisible.
Weird.
Grief.
Freaky.
That's a really high level effect.
It's a gelatinous cube.
It's a CR2.
That's CR2.
Tarathiel kind of points with his blade and looks at Khaldun. That yours?
Yes. I dropped the flames.
Okay. So you
Oh,
did
I meant the
scorch
body.
you did scorch the carpet a little bit, just to let you know.
Well, he
FYI.
can take it.
All right.
Yes.
Just
Ah.
out of combat, you got this. So the bonfire's magical, so you cancel it and it's just nothing's there, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So you two guys don't see anything. Khaldun, even though it's stopped moving, you can see a almost imperceptible outline of invisibility of this creature.
Okay. Is there anything in this room that I can I don't know, pour on it or something? I mean, I kind of know where it is. Like if I had some sand, I'd sprinkle it on it or something.
Grab a curtain.
Well,
and grab out of the curtain.
so
Put
at
the
the
carpet on
base of the stairs, there's that cabinet with a like a blanket thrown over it. There's that
Oh,
blanket.
that's a trap. That is a trap. That is easily the biggest trap I've ever seen in any setup in any movie everywhere.
Why
It's
would
Do it
be
anyway.
not a trap.
It's not a trap. How dare you, sir?
Okay.
So you do have curtains.
if
You
there's-
get the set of red curtains and black curtains. You do have the trap. There's a couple of options that you could pick up on.
Well, okay. There's a fireplace out in the entryway, right?
Yeah, it's yes.
There's
yes,
a
it
fire
is.
burning in it.
Yes, there was. Is
All right. I'm going to walk through the curtain,
okay.
cast Mage Hand, reach into the flame, grab a handful of soot,
Okay.
and then go back in here and just sprinkle soot all over this thing.
All right. You
So
have
we
made
can
it
actually
sooty.
kind of see it.
So it's still technically invisible, but it's enough to where the other two can make out where it is for sure.
Yeah. Well, I want to get an idea of the shape of this, whatever the hell it is.
It's kind of shapeless, like no ears.
Is it a slime?
No, it's got eyes and a mouth, but like maybe rounded ears. It's definitely got extended claws. It's humanoid shape, hands and feet, average height. If you want, you can give me a knowledge check.
What kind of knowledge?
Arcana. Yeah.
I'll do that one. It's 5.
5 is not
No, no,
enough.
no. No,
got a
it's plus 5.
Oh, okay.
12.
12. Still not sure.
Okay.
You know quite a bit. You know a lot of strange things that don't usually occur in this prime material plane. It's not really. You're not sure. You're not sure what's going on with this.
Okay.
The other two can as well. If you're trained in Arcana, I'll give you a chance. Otherwise, this is a tough check.
Yeah, I'm not trained.
Okay.
Not proficient.
All right.
Is it wearing clothes? It attacked with claws as a natural weapon, so it didn't have any equipment, right?
No equipment, no clothes.
Okay.
Gross. It's nude.
It's it's nude from the nipple down.
Nice.
Ugh.
No, it has no equipment, no clothing, no nothing. It's just
Okay.
a strangely amorphous creature.
Tarathiel is going to come try and close the other curtain to try and make us hidden, but he just makes a face at the hole in the window.
So now that it's been about a minute since the combat ended, you guys doing the soot, kind of checking things out. You do hear a kind of a commotion outside.
Farazan looks at Tarathiel and Galdoon and says, "Sorry."
All better.
Yes.
I did not intend to leave you with this dangerous creature.
So, did you say that you have closed the black curtains? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So you do hear commotion outside.
I'm trying to hide our actions from from the street so that people aren't peering in, looking at us like.
Probably great idea. After another 20 or 30 seconds, you hear a knocking on the front door. Muffled. Well, not so muffled because there's a hole in the window. Guard, this is city guard. Open up.
I will take care of it.
Okay. I'm going to stand here next to this and visit assassin.
Okay.
And poke it with a stick.
Over and over and over.
Yes.
All right. Farazan, what you doing?
He will answer the door.
Open up.
How can I help you?
Have you opened the door, or are you just talking through the door?
He opens the door.
Okay.
He is the door.
Yeah, right. He replaces the door with his body. So you see like a guard group. There's 4 of them. And what looks like probably, the sergeant of the group is standing there knocking on the door. You open the door, and he just, looks up. And you see kind of a slight glimmer of recognition. I mean, you stick out, and you've been here for a while. And you've actually kind of, even in the day or so since you turned in those other laughing last laugh guards that were hired, you're kind of known. I mean, maybe through water cooler talk or whatever, just whispers, but you see that he looks at you with a little hint of recognition and tilts his head a little bit. He points at the window. What's going on? Where's Gelf?
We are not sure. There has been an incident.
Well, I heard the incident was you diving out the window. And he turns around and points, and there's like a dozen people rubbernecking, taking selfies, and eating chicken.
I want to interrupt just for a second.
Okay.
While this conversation is going on, I am going to walk over to the window, and between Mage Hand and Mending, I'm going to start repairing this window.
Excellent.
I would give you inspiration if you weren't full of it.
I'm full of it.
He's
okay.
Definitely.
But yeah, so you see him magically. He's moving his hands, and the glass is just lifting off the ground and reassembling itself into a window. And
so Farazan, you've walked around the counter. You started talking to the guard. Khaldoon's moved over to start repairing this window. Tarathiel, you taking any action during this? Or
Yeah, Tarathiel is going to try and find a sneaky way out of this building, which might have been the window, but now that Khaldun is repairing it, that's no longer an option. So at this point, I think I'm going to attempt to sneak up the stairs.
Okay.
Which might be a very bad plan. We'll see.
All right, so
no worse than running through the window out the first place.
Well, really? Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to open that part of the map. It's going to be, well, let's see. No, don't do that.
Yes, do that.
Stop it.
Reveal all.
So let me adjust to where you can kind of see. That's the second story, if it's not obvious. Do you see where the connection is? On the first floor, ground floor, you get the stairs. You're at the top of those stairs. You move on and see. This is basically all you see. This is a hallway, and those are two doors. Door behind you, and door at the end of the hall to the right.
Okay. I'll try the first door, the one that I'm at. If I've got enough kind of time to do that.
You get enough time to check it. The door is locked.
Okay.
Okay. So you made it up the stairs.
It is.
Yeah. A locksmith.
In a locksmith's house, of course there are locks.
It is locked. And you. So I'm going to go back to the guys. You hear them discussing things downstairs.
Yep.
Farazan, you're sitting there in front of this guard sergeant, and you notice that the glass over beside you starts to lift off the ground, and the glass starts forming back to its original pane. And the sergeant kind of looks over and looks back at you. What is going on? Where is Gelv? Why? You need to let me in. I'm coming in. Guards. And he's like waving them to come past and move past you.
Just a moment. He says, well, excuse me. He says, the one that was supposedly Gel ran from here when we questioned him about the kidnappings from the Lake Avenue? Or
Lava Street Orphanage? Is that what you're talking about?
Lantern Street.
Yeah. When we questioned him about the Lava Street Orphanage.
Yeah.
He became a gnome and he ran that way.
He point down the street.
And something attacked us inside.
Wait. Go back to, what do you mean he turned into a gnome?
The one that was posing as Gel shimmered into a gnome. This is all I know.
Why
it
were
is
you
magic
at the Lantern Street Orphanage? What's that business of yours? We were investigating that.
We have a writ from the Church of St. Cuthbert.
Do you have it?
I do not.
So the guards are
looks over
attempting
his
to move
shoulder.
past you. Are you resisting them?
No.
Okay. So they're moving in. And like the other three guards, he's standing on the doorstep. The other three guards, they come in and just start looking around. Like they're not, like hut, 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 hut. They're not paratroopers or anything, but you don't have to move. They're just moving through you, past you, and they're just checking things out. It's going to take you.
Can I see them coming through? Like,
Yes.
I'm repairing the glass.
Yes,
Can
yes,
I see the guards coming through the door?
Absolutely.
And so I loudly say, "Oh my goodness! It's so nice to have the guards here to help us."
Oh, give me some sort of bullshit check. Give me a straight up charisma, deception. Yeah, that'll work. So
Why am I
doesn't
deceiving?
doesn't
I'm glad they're here.
that spell take a minute to cast? The amending spell, is that right, or is it just an action?
It's just an action.
Okay.
That's handy.
So it's done then. You're essentially done then.
5.
Yeah. Tarathiel, what you doing?
I would like to check the other door, please.
Run down the hallway. It is also locked. The guards are moving throughout. They're checking the door. So, Tarathiel, you interrupt me. I'm just going to describe the scene. If there's something else you want to do real quick. They come in and they check this back door and rattle, locked. Two of the guards come back to the display area. They see Khaldun over at the window repairing it. One comes over to you, just kind of looks things over, The other one moves across and trips over this body.
Well, it's pretty obvious now
Yeah,
because of all the soot and everything.
but it wasn't super obvious. Like it's like a
Okay.
glazing, a
All
dark
right.
glazing on an invisible body. So he didn't notice
Yeah,
it.
it's
And
ash color against a marble floor. It's
yeah, and I don't mean he tripped and fell and broke his neck, but he like stumbled over it a little
Stumbled into
bit.
it.
And
Okay.
just kind of turns and looks, and
Watch the corpse.
he immediately just goes to his weapon. What? Captain or Sergeant? You may want to call the watch captain. There's a dead body in here. I think. I don't know. You over by the window. I need you to come over here, please. I need to see your hands. So he's basically like, come over here. Let me see
My
what you're
hands
doing.
are my hands are in front of my face
Okay.
right now because I'm casting a spell.
Tarathiel, you hear the commotion. You hear him yell, "Hey, Sergeant, call the watch captain. Something sketchy." Sketchy. Oh my God, that was southern as hell.
something sketchy.
Something sketchy going down there. Come out here.
Come on now.
They call Bubba.
No.
Realizing that he probably doesn't have enough time to pick one of these locks and not get caught, and it's going to look very bad if he's picking a lock when the guard finds him.
Attempting to pick a lock is an action. I mean, you can try it if you like. You can try it if you like.
You're a bad man.
I'm just giving you the options.
It's a trap.
Yeah, no. Yeah, all right. No, fine. I'm gonna try it. I
Go
get
for it.
proficiency anyway. I've got my thieves' tools.
So
yeah,
I read about Thieves' Tools. I have been doing it a little off. Thieves' Tools just allow you to pick a lock. Unless you're proficient, you don't get that +2 proficiency bonus. So it will be a dexterity check with your proficiency bonus in the Thieves' Tools, which is a +2.
Okay.
Okay.
So did it. I think I can just roll it in beyond 20 and we'll see what happens.
All right.
If it gives me the right thing. Selectability. That proficient. What is the roll for it?
It's a dexterity. D20 plus your
Dex,
dexterity
yeah.
+2 for proficiency in the skill in the tool.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what your dex is. Probably +3.
We'll see if that does it. So that's a 19 on the die for a 24.
That'll do it.
It does not do it.
It does not do it. No,
No.
he's too good.
No, this is a locksmith's house.
But I will give you one thing. You almost had it. You were about to unlock this thing, and one of the tumblers dropped right as you were about to turn it.
All right.
very sad.
Have I got enough time to? I want to pack away my thieves' tools quickly, and then I just want to hold the writ out in my left hand, and kind of very clearly not be holding a weapon in my right, but I kind of don't want to draw attention to my right hand because it's missing a finger, and there are implications to that.
Okay. So you're
And so
holding
I'm
holding the writ in your non-mangled hand.
Yeah, exactly. I want them to look at that hand and just kind of. I'm slowly going to come down the stairs.
So you start strutting down the stairs, hand in your pocket, writ in the air. Multipass.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hide my hand because that's suspicious. I
Right.
just want to not draw attention to it if
Okay.
at all possible.
So you've got your bonus move. You could come all the way down the stairs.
Yeah, you can make it downstairs.
Run down the stairs toward the garden.
Warp
Yeah, that's
speed.
right. And I just trip and fall directly into the obvious trap.
So you come downstairs. Two of the guards are in here. One of them is not detained Khaldun, but he's like standing right next to him. You know, weapons are still haven't been drawn, but they're kind of they're ready. These guys are standing ready. You hear Farazan in the other room talking with somebody. Right now, the general conversation is you guys need to hang out here. We're going to call the watch captain. You've got some questions to answer. I mean, they saw this. What's your name? He was pointing at Farazan.
I am Farazan.
So you're hard to miss, and at least a dozen people witnessed you jump out the window after some child that was running into the crowd. So we have to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to need you all to stay right here for an entire week when we pick this back up next Sunday. That was.
I think my legs
that
will
was-
fall asleep.
That was interesting. So,
As with any D&D session, things slide gently off the rails.
oh my God. You went out the damn window, man. I don't have a map for that. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Just
So
puts you back on the city map.
on
Where
the,
do you want to go?
on the off chance that people didn't get here at the beginning when we did some announcements, again, we're going to put this announcement out there, out in the world verse. This will be the last episode on my personal Twitch channel. Next week, when we play again, it will be on the Back Patio Network Twitch channel. We're going to try to get that out on every social network there is. It's in our Discord. We'll put it on Twitter. We're just going to spread the word. And also
Telegraphs.
friends.
smoke signals. Looks like Adam just put it in the chat, which is a direct link to the Back Patio Net's Twitch channel. So from episode 5 on, we're moving over to our Back Patio Network Twitch channel. Hopefully I don't have to recreate this gorgeous scene that you see before me that took me no less than 3 months to do this rudimentary setup. But no, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you in 7 days.
See you
Bye,
then,
y'all.
folks.
Get hyped. Thanks for coming.
Good night.